Emily, welcome.
Thank you.
We're so incredibly excited to not only have you with us today, but to have been able to partner with you really over the past few months. I think our work together is really coming together beautifully.
I think so too. It's been really fun to see. And I love seeing what you guys are coming up with and where we're all fitting together. And it's so nice.
Yeah, Emily, I think one of the things that really attracted us to your incredible platform, the Mindful Madre, is your very, very strong message on slowing down.
Mm.
Yeah, can you talk to us a little bit about how this evolved for you?
Yeah. It's funny because I was never slow. I've never been slow. I've always been a worker bee, like my whole life. Just boom, boom, boom. Speed through life as fast as I can. I got my bachelor's degree a year early. I went straight into my master's degree, went straight into private practice, and then expanded to group practice. And things were just going so fast. And then I got pregnant and realized that, well, I knew, but I knew that this pace wasn't sustainable for having a
Hmm.
family and what that was going to look like long term. And so, like, okay, I need to scale back and figure out how to slow down. And I thought that just having babies would naturally do that for you. And to a degree, it did, but to another huge degree, it didn't at all for me. And I felt a real sense of discomfort with how dissatisfied I felt in my heart with the slowness and the pace that was demanded of having a baby, an infant, and little kids. And it took me a while to just figure out like what's going on here. Where is the struggle coming from? Where am I at? And how do I find meaning and contentment in this pace that's
Hmm.
really different than the pace of the world and the pace that
Absolutely.
I've been living in?
I think we're given such conflicting messages. It's like take all the time you need with your baby, but also make sure that you're juggling 100 different things at once and doing it
Gosh.
elegantly.
Yeah. Which is just not realistic at all.
No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're in the trenches, you're in the trenches.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely was in the trenches for quite a while.
Okay. So you realize this is not sustainable, and then what happens from there?
So, just about the 12-week mark, when I was just about to head back into my business into practice, I actually thought, you know what, I think I'm going to extend my maternity leave. I was grateful and able to do this. But I knew for me, rushing back into work was just going to get me to stay in that pace. Like I knew how to do that already. But I really wanted to figure out what was going on in this discomfort and wrestle with it for a little bit. So I extended my leave twice actually, and I ended up taking a full 6 months off.
Hmm.
I did it with my second daughter also because that transition, especially in the US, I just feel like we don't have enough time to make sense of what this means and what this looks like. It's so painful and so hard. Um, and I just went through this huge identity crisis and tried to just rediscover who I was and how I was going to live, and what
Hmm.
this looked like. And that involved a lot of reading, a lot of listening to podcasts. I always joke, but it's so true. I did a ton of collages to like make sense of my life now and create a
Yeah.
vision of just puzzle pieces. I just would think of it as these little puzzle pieces, looking and searching for puzzle pieces to make sense of the meaning of where I am, you know?
Oh, it's beautiful. And what were the puzzle pieces telling you?
Oh, there were so many. There were some that really clicked and some that didn't. Um, a lot of the things I really found was I felt a sense of guilt not using my degree full time as I thought I had to and to work at the same capacity I was before. For some reason, I felt this sense of just discomfort. Like, was I losing out that I'm staying home with my kids? Am I supposed to do this? I ended up going back to work, but I only went very part time, 1 or 2 days. And
Mm.
so I felt this discomfort knowing in my head, I paid a lot of money for this degree and what does that mean of me and who am I if I'm not doing that? And just a lot of identity struggles of, well, wait, who even am I if I'm not my degree? Of course I'm more than that. And what does this look like for me? You know?
Hmm. Hmm.
And then other pieces that didn't fit at all. Like I remember I dyed my hair and I was like, maybe there's a new me.
I love
and,
it.
and then I always say I didn't years. And then I ended up actually going back to my normal. I didn't find a puzzle piece there because I was like, that doesn't mean anything. I hadn't dyed my hair in like 11 color. I was like, yeah, that wasn't a puzzle piece. And
Yep,
we'll just keep
I
on
mean.
searching for pieces.
And then did the private practice stay as one of the pieces?
Yeah, the private practice stayed. So I had clinicians that were working for me, and that was going really well because I was able to work just 1 or 2 days and they were getting things going. But then even COVID hit. By this time, I was pregnant with my second baby, and what practice was looking like, everything, was shifting. And everything got reshifted again. It was COVID and then just mental health in general online. Um, so a lot of the clinicians went into their own private practices doing things online because it was so much more accessible to start practice that way. And then also just having the second baby, I went back in the puzzle piece mode of like, do I want to have a group practice? I don't think I do. I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm much better with a smaller, simpler piece of business in my life. And I like myself better as a mom when that's smaller for me. I like who I am more
Beautiful.
when that's a smaller piece for me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that. Your social media presence, how did that happen for you?
You know what? It's so crazy because my page hasn't even been public for a year. And when I first opened it, I had 200 followers. And now I have over 175,000. In the way it happened, I was in my own therapy session, having therapy with my therapist, finding puzzle
Important
pieces.
stuff. Yes.
There's a community out there for me. I don't know. I've been so wrapped up in, yeah, absolutely. And I said, I have this calling more toward this slow motherhood. I'm finding this so meaningful. And, I've been homeschooling my kids and just this pace is really different. And I like it. And maybe there's something, maybe this will turn into something. We'll see. The mental health world, this looks a little different. And this is a take on that, but it's nuanced. It's a different avenue. And so we'll just see. I'll just open it up. Maybe some point, if I ever leave my practice or something, and then just it just expanded. It just got
Mm.
crazy. And I kept creating, not even knowing exactly what I was doing, but riding the wave, I'll look back on and find a sense of what was here. And it's just developed into something I'm really proud of and something I hope my girl fondness or joy in that. And it's been a really great avenue too of like play and fun for me creating.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, to me, the fact that your account is taken off so beautifully says that it's a message that parents are really needing, that it's okay to slow down and to protect
Yeah.
childhood.
Yeah. It is. It's so important. It's huge.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, Emily, for parents out there who are
In
going,
your
it all
life
sounds
of what you're
great,
committing to right
fabulous,
now and
but
what
where
you're.
do I even start? What are your tips? What are your suggestions for them?
Mhm. Mhm. I think a big thing is just getting honest with yourself, willing to trade your time for. Um, I think we live in a time where we have a lot of people pleasers, and I've identified as one myself. In that, people pleasing has led me to a lot of places of overcommitting to things that I don't really think actually serve my family, but I was just trying to be nice and
Mm-hmm.
follow through with the commitment. But then resenting the fact that my family wasn't happy with me at the end of the day when I'm just giving them the scraps left over. And so, one thing I think is just really being ruthless with protecting your own time and your own commitments and what you're willing to do.
Hi. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. I just left it running. I was like, it's okay. We'll cut it out later. Yeah. Uh, so I got up to let's take it from I got all about people pleasing. So really just realizing that it turned into resentment, that it wasn't serving your family. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's not really something that's serving you.
I don't know why it doesn't like me today. I'm like, what's going on?
I don't know what's happening here either, but
Does it just kick you
it's okay. It
out?
looks
Do you
like
just disappear?
it just says that it just stopped recording. It's unclear what exactly is going on. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know what? I'm wondering if it happens again. I don't know how much time you have, but maybe we'll switch to Zoom and just do it on Zoom. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
we'll
Yeah.
weave them together, the episode. Okay. So
Okay.
next time you get kicked
Okay.
out, wait for a Zoom link and then
Yeah.
I'll meet you on Zoom.
Okay. That sounds good.
Okay. Okay. Um, so Emily, I love that idea of no longer doing things just because we're obligated to. And I think so often our weekends, our holidays are filled with people we don't kind of feel like they fill our soul, like you said.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, after a while, I think it warrants the question like, what are we doing? And for what reason? And what are we missing out on? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if we're missing out on activities or experiences of just that are life giving for us, like we're doing that very frequently and fall into those positions of just saying yes and getting ruthless with protecting your time. While it may seem selfish at times to other people, I think it's an
Mm-hmm.
anecdote to living well and to raising a family the way you want, is not to because you're supposed to,
Mm-hmm.
but saying yes because you want to and it's meaningful.
Mm-hmm. Have you done, or your experience of doing this in your own life? How's it been met by other people, by distant aunties, whoever it might be?
My cousins, my family members, it's really hard for my family right now at this season. So I'm just not going to do it. And I'll send my love and I love them and care about them. But when you have little kids and I don't want to be nice. I want to be kind. I want to be loving. And it's loving for me. Um, my mom has been upset before. I have a great relationship with my mom, but I've missed a few extended family like events because I said, it's not that enjoyable for me. It's very exhausting to drive multiple hours with my kids at the ages that they're at, investing our whole day being around people we barely know, even though they're my need to make that decision for my kids. And it's loving to other people because I don't think they'd want me to be there just because I have to, it's friends or the people who are committing to things. I want to be there when I want to, and it's more meaningful if I want to. And I would want that for my friends with me as well, that they are doing it because they want to rather than they feel obligated. And it's huge and a hard one to continually ask yourself, I think, because
Yeah,
you do
absolutely. And
have
what a
social
beautiful message
obligations in
to your
which you
girls, to our children, to say, what fills you? Let's start there. Yeah. Yeah. yeah, saying yes and then being resentful while you're there, going, "This is my whole Christmas. This is our sixth family event, and I've created